Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today, I got another Power Rangers Dino Supercharge review for you. This is the Titano Charge Deluxe Dino Zord Rider. There we go. It's too long of a name for a lot of these toys in the toy line. It's too much. But the Deluxe Dino Zord Rider, Titano Charge right here, pretty cool looking. So I've done a review of the Deluxe. Hold on, I gotta remember the exact name here. The Deluxe T-Rex Supercharge Zord Armor Ranger, and now we have the Titano Charge version right here with the Silver Ranger. So very similar in style, same kind of packaging right here. But you'll see you have the Zord right here, which is the Titano Zord or Brachio-Zord, whatever you want to call it, and it morphs into the Zord Armor right there, which is pretty cool. And I love the artwork. I've said this over and over and over, but this just looks really cool right there. Really great stuff. And I've done a review of the Titano Charge Megazord too, so you can check that out. There's the Silver Ranger right there. And there's the back. Look at that epic artwork. I mean, just look at that. You know, and then if you compare it to the other one from the T-Rex Supercharge, like, that's so cool looking. And I could only imagine if they ever brought that on the show. Like, that would just be insane. It's not going to happen, but that's pretty sweet. So again, the two different modes you have there, and the various Zord armors that you have there. There's also apparently a blue one. Ooh, I didn't know that. That looks interesting, although it looks basically the same as the Red Ranger one, just recolored. So I don't know if I'm going to buy that one, but that's pretty cool. Huh. Interesting. And is that... Oh, I think that's the same one. Yeah, that's this one. Interesting. Yeah, you never know what you'll see on the back of the box, and it's like, huh. Interesting, what is that? Anyways, so there is the Dino Zord Rider. So without further ado, let's get this open and take a look. Alright, I got the Titano Charge Deluxe Dino Zord Rider out of the packaging right here. And it looks pretty cool. I dig this whole little design that they have going right here. It's definitely pretty interesting looking. Really neat. So, yeah, it's like a miniature little Titano Zord or Brachio-Zord or whatever it's called on the show. But you get like little like missiles and stuff, like kind of like ready to fire. It doesn't actually fire, but it just, you know, kind of looks a little more futuristic-y kind of looking. Like it's, you know, got more jaggedy edges and it's like all armored up and ready, I guess. So it's pretty interesting looking. And of course you have the Silver Ranger right inside there, which is really cool. You can fit any of these 5-inch figures in here as well. So for comparison's sake, because I don't have the Dino Charge Silver Ranger yet, well, why not bring in the Super Mega Force Silver Ranger? Because hey, you know, why not? So let's see how this goes. So you should just be able to grab right on, and right here, if it will go. There we go. And he fits right in. So there you go. So as you can see, any of the 5-inch figures will fit. No issues with that. So, you know, whichever Ranger you want, Super Mega Force Silver or whatever Ranger, you know, you can get it to go in here. Okay. Now real quick, as far as the articulation and paint and all that stuff goes, for this figure here, I don't have the regular Ranger to compare, but you can very clearly see it is severely lacking in paint for the figure. In fact, there is no paint except on the helmet right here, and not even the top piece, is just the visor area right there. The rest is completely void of paint. Very common for these types of Zord Armor Ranger kind of figures. So, you know, it's expected based on the past, but a little disappointing because the figure is kind of lame because of that. And articulation is also a little bit more limited compared to the 5-inch figures because the head does not rotate. And while the arm does move up and down and you have elbow articulation, the wrist and hand cannot rotate. So it's permanently stuck, kind of like in that gripping motorcycle position right there. With the legs, they do not go outwards at all. They just move forward and back a little bit. It does bend at the knee, but same thing, the entire boot does not rotate around like the regular 5-inch figures. So limited in articulation, very limited in paint. It's a very, very basic figure that you get with it. So just keep that in mind. So with that being said, here is the item itself. It looks a little bit empty without the Ranger right there, but still not too bad. Still looks pretty cool looking. And again, I love this whole design that they went with. It's really cool. The whole Zord armor thing is just really neat with the way they did it. Definitely a fun addition to the toy line that's not from the show at all, but it's really cool how inspired by the show it is and just what they did with it. So props to Bandai for coming up with something really interesting looking. So yeah, let's transform this thing now, right? So you can transform it. So we're going to pop off the tail, and we're going to pop off this piece right here, although the helmet should stay on, so I'm going to put that back on. Right there. Okay. Then what we're going to do actually is pop off all the legs here. Because it's actually using like these parts right here are actually the legs, and they're up top where the arms would be, so you just kind of have to sort of swap them. So you basically take that and put it here, just like that. And then this goes here. Okay, this is going to go forward like that. And then you have these pieces which can form some weapons, which we'll do in just a second. But first, I want to insert the Ranger inside. So you just kind of fold up the hands and get it ready just like this. And then from the back, you just kind of lift this up a little and just slide it in, just like that. Okay, and you just have to kind of force it up in there a little bit. If it'll go up. There we go. And the idea is the hand should be sticking out the front there. And then you can sort of fold this piece back a little so it's flat. And then the feet will rest in. I'll kind of put it in there and then show you. They just sort of rest in. They don't really click into place here, but they rest right in that little groove right there. So that's how you know that you have it at a good position. And then these can grip the motorcycle handles right here, just like that. Okay, so put the feet back in. And there you have it. This is the Zord armor right here. Really cool looking. I love what they've done with these Zord armor figures. They have some great designs. Really, really interesting looking. And this one is like completely different than the Titano Charge Megazord. Like if I bring in the Titano Charge Megazord real quick here, I mean, totally different right there in design. Not just the helmet, the chest piece. I mean, all around totally different. But you know, when it's in the Zord mode, you can see how inspired by it that it is. And so that's really cool how they really took a base design like the Titano Charge Megazord, the Titano Zord, and really ran with it and turned it into something original and unique. So I dig that a lot. So real quick, I'll just zoom in on a couple little pieces here. That helmet sculpt looks awesome. I love the unique little design there. And it almost looked like mini little Brachiosauruses, like right there. Like there's like the head, like the neck right there. Like that's really cool what they did with that. That's awesome. You have your little blasters right here. Really cool chest piece. I love blue's my favorite color, and I like the little accent of blue right there. Just all the spiky, like futuristic, techie, like look to it. Like that it just makes it look extra cool looking. Yeah, really sweet. Really cool. So compared to the other Zord armor for the Supercharged Red Ranger, which I'll show you in a second, that actually has shoulder pieces here, and this one doesn't. So it's a little different in the style here. So you almost would think that it would feel like it's missing something here, but it doesn't, because I feel like there's so much going on with its design with the blasters and everything that it still looks pretty cool nonetheless. So you can actually pose the weapons in two different ways. So you have these two pieces here, right? So one thing you can do is you can attach it. There's a hole right in there, the peg right here, like that. and like that, basically. Okay, so you can have it as a weapon like this. I don't know if that's a blaster or a giant sword or whatever you want to call it. You know, you can do it like this, which is pretty interesting looking. So you do have that option. Or if I take it out here and separate it, you can flip this head forward and this becomes a blaster. And then this side here is a blaster. And now you have this little mode here. I personally prefer this mode because I just think it looks really cool. It's more unique with the little blasters and stuff that you have here, especially with the whole missile, like the blasters right here. Like that just completes this look here for me, and I think that looks really neat. So definitely pretty cool. And this is kind of what inspired the artwork on the box. So if you look at the box right here, he's got one of the blasters here, the other blaster right there. So you can really see, you know, with the two blasters, kind of the design element that they were going for right there. So, pretty cool. I like it. For comparison's sake, so this is the Titano Charge one. Here's the Deluxe Supercharged Red Ranger Zord Armor right here. And both look really cool. I love what they've done with it. You can see some similarities in the design, obviously, with the chest piece there and just different colors. Same with the legs. Actually, almost all the basic elements are the same, except this one has added chest pieces here. The helmet design is completely different, and these have these little claws right here, which became the arms of the T-Rex, versus this having the blasters, and then a different weapon right there. But the rest of the mold is the exact same, just different colors. But even though it's the exact same, they both look so different enough and so unique and cool, the color schemes and everything, that they're both really awesome. Like, I love this red and black color scheme is awesome. I love it. But this is also really cool. The gold and kind of this grayish color, but little bits of blue, and like it's just, both of them work really well in my opinion. And just like I mentioned in my review of this, they're pretty solid. I mean, you can mess around with it and it's not falling apart or anything. Like kids will, you know, like, you know, kids are with their toys. I mean, like it'll last. I mean, it seems pretty solid, which is great. So I personally love these Zord armors right here, this mode especially, because I think they look really unique and cool, and they're a lot of fun. So yeah, so that's that. So now I want to actually show you the Zord Builder compatibility. It's very similar to that of the T-Rex Supercharged Red Ranger Zord Armor that I showed off in a previous review, but I want to show you what it looks like here. So let's do that. So I'm going to take the Ranger out the way, and I'm going to grab my Dino Charge Megazord right there. Okay. And we're going to go through the steps. So basically, when we're going through this, the head comes off, and the entire arm pieces come off like that. Okay? Then on here, the hands and legs all come off. So you're left with this body piece right here. Okay? Then when it comes to the hands and legs, same thing as before, where, you know, this was the hand and leg on one side of the Zord armor, and this was the other side, but you're actually going to mix and match them. So you have the opposite side ones together, because you're gonna have it like this, and then the top peg right there, it's gonna click in like that. So if you kind of take a look at how this curves back a little bit and this curves back a little bit, you want it to be the same that way. So same with this one here. Click in just like that. So that leaves you with these arms that you can then attach on to the Megazord like so. So that's how you get that piece, okay? Then we're going to take the helmet piece from here and we're going to attach it on like so. Ooh, pretty interesting looking. I like it. I like it. Now we have this body piece right here. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to lift the blasters up so they're facing up like that. Okay. Now we're going to take this little blaster here, and it's actually going to connect right onto the body, or the bottom of this right here. Just like that, okay? So there you have that piece right there. And then essentially, this is going to be like a giant blaster that can be held by the Megazord right in this little hole right there. Just like that. And kind of push it down a little bit to make it a little more tight. Okay, there we go. And then you have this right here, and so it is going to stay in this little blaster mode. So you can also do, you know, have it like so. And there you have this combined Zord armor for the Dino Charge Megazord. It's certainly something. It's very unique in its style. And you can already see how this Zord armor is so different than the one for the T-Rex Supercharged Red Ranger. Even though the base of them is the same, the way they connect is different. The arms are the same, but the whole weapon system is completely different with these giant blasters, especially this one here. It looks really different. But it's really interesting looking. And again, Zord Builder compatibility means this is just what the instructions show, but you can really take it to a whole nother level with whatever kinds of combinations you would like. So definitely pretty interesting looking as is with this. And it's a little like leaning forward because it's a little heavy in the front there. But so that is the Titano Charge Deluxe Dino Zord Rider. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this item as well. Me personally, I recommend it. I think it's really cool. I think the Zord armors, you know, are one of those parts of the toy line where it's not from the show. There's no Dino Charger to collect, but it looks cool. And it's a unique addition to the toy line that I almost wish was on the show. And it's just a great display piece. Zord Builder compatibility is a plus, of course, always. And so it's just a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend both of them, the Supercharged Red Ranger and this Titano Charge one as well. Both are really cool. So let me know in the comment section below what you think, and please give this video a thumbs up and share the video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. I want to show you one last thing to end this video, which is the Zord armor, the Zord Rider rather, for Titano Charge combined with the Titano Charge Megazord. So it all kind of fits together nicely here, as you can see. Very interesting looking. Definitely gives it a whole different look for the Megazord, but pretty cool. It blends in overall pretty nicely. Slightly different shade of like those gray here and the gold. So the shades of colors are a little off, but overall it still looks pretty interesting. And again, it shows you the flexibility with Zord Builder, so you can really mix and match it with whatever Zords you want. But here's a Titano Charge Megazord with the Titano Charge Deluxe Dino Zord Rider. So pretty interesting combination here. And that's that. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because I have lots of Power Rangers reviews that I've done and will be doing as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.